everybody. So July has come and gone, and I saw a really wide variety of movies in July. It didn't have the normal number of Hallmark movies because they were kind of slacking and didn't give us what they promised of having a movie every Saturday this year, which was what they said. And they moved things around and they were being crazy. But I saw a wide variety of genres and themes and styles. And so I'm really excited to talk about all the movies that I saw in July. Okay, the first one that I wanted to talk about is Spider-Man Far From Home. So this is our last Marvel movie of the year. And most people already know I wasn't a huge fan of this movie. I just felt like everything with the kids was great. I really liked Zendaya. I really liked Tom Holland. I thought their chemistry was really nice. I thought even characters that were kind of annoying in Homecoming really worked for me. Like Flash was, I thought, really fun in this one. So all the kid stuff worked really well for me. The villain stuff, I just wasn't a big fan of. I felt like the plan was so convoluted. I didn't really like the fact that they brought back all these people from Tony's life. That was kind of eye-rolling to me. And I just thought there were so many things that had to work out perfectly in order for this plan and these illusions to be effective. And I just thought that it didn't seem like something that Tony would have done in building this giant base with all these drones at that point in his life. So I don't know. I just didn't like the villain, and I didn't like the that part of the movie. So it was frown worthy for me, unfortunately. But it's still, I understand why other people love it. But there you go. Next is Echo in the Canyon, and this documentary, it's all about the 1960s in California, Southern California. This one particular neighborhood, I think Laurel Canyon is what it was called, where tons of the folk music singers all lived in the same area of California, of Los Angeles. And so you had the Mamas and the Papas, and you had Beach Boys, and you had the Byrds, you had just all of these amazing groups, Buffalo Springfield, David Crosby, Stills and Nash, all these groups that were all kind of formulated there. And they have Jacob Dylan as your kind of lead narrator, and he was putting on this tribute concert to all the music from that era. And I really liked all the stuff about the original bands, and they got some great interviews, probably because of the fact that, you know, Jacob Dylan was involved, I would guess. But I didn't really like as much the tribute concert. Like, it's very talented artists, but I just thought it was distracting from the people we were here to see, which was the classic artists. But it was fine. It was, great music. So if you like, those bands, then you definitely should give it a watch if you're interested in music. Echo in the Canyon, smile worthy. Next up is Papi Chulo, and this is a little indie film. And it stars Matt Bomer as this man who's grieving, and he decides to get his deck resurfaced, and he ends up hiring this Latino man, this Mexican man who can't speak English, and they kind of form this unlikely friendship. And that's kind of a theme this year. Like, ever since Green Book, there's been a number of movies with like unlikely male friendship, and I thought this was really sweet. It had a nice heart to it. There's definitely some parts where I feel like the script didn't take this mental health crisis that Matt Bomer's character has, didn't take it seriously enough, but overall it had its heart in the right place, and I enjoyed it. And so I would definitely give it smile worthy. Then I saw Sound Euphonium, the movie. This is a movie of the television show, or the anime series, I guess, Sound Euphonium. And Sound Euphonium is all about a band in high school, this particular high school. And so last year, we got a movie called Liz and the Blue Bird, which was about two girls in the band for Sound Euphonium. This, instead of just focusing on two girls, it focuses on a bunch of the students. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really sweet. I thought the animation was nice. It definitely captures that feeling of being a part of a band. And it made me curious to see the show. The version that I saw didn't have the 10-minute recap of the show that they played at the Fathom event. events. And I think that would definitely be helpful, but I would still find them. It's pretty basic stuff. I mean, it's just kids growing up and being in a band and, worrying about the big performance and little romantic stuff and things. So I give it smile worthy. I enjoyed Sound Euphonium, the movie. Next, Mystery 101, Playing Dead. This was from one of the Hallmark Mysteries. This is the second of the Mystery 101. And I felt like this was a step down from the first one. I don't know. I didn't find the case that great. It was all, set in this play and everything. And I thought it was pretty predictable, pretty obvious. And I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it as much as the last time. As the first episode. I'm not sure why. It was very forgettable. I can't really remember all that well, to be honest. So I'd have to give this one frown worthy. It was my favorite. Then next we had Love Unleashed. This was also for Hallmark Channel. And this movie was not my favorite. I love Jen Lilly. I think she's great. But the plot that they have her in was just ridiculous, that she's running this business, these puppy parties. And yet so in like the middle of the movie, she's somehow like shocked to find out that this is actually a business. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I don't know. So there were just certain things that her character does that was like, come on, you're just too stupid. That doesn't work for me. And I didn't think she had very good chemistry with Christopher Russell. I felt like he was kind of not that excited to be in a Hallmark movie. But I don't know. The puppies were cute and it had some fun moments, but overall, I couldn't handle the fact that she is running this illegal business and you'd have to be a moron to not know that that was the case. It was just too stupid for me. So frown worthy on this one. Then next I have the Lion King remake. So this is your real photorealistic version, but the problem is that real lions aren't singing and dancing and talking. And so when you bring that into it, it just looked so weird and I just couldn't get into the characters. And it was just, they didn't do anything except for the photorealism. They didn't do anything interesting, or I don't know. It was just really, really bland. So frown worthy for me. Next, I have Crawl. This is a fun little creature scares movie with this girl and her dad in the crawl space of their house. And there are two gators during this hurricane. And there's some stuff that's very silly about it, and especially like their injuries are a little like, what's going on? But I was really entertained. It's very tightly edited. And I felt like you got that sense of sort of claustrophobia really well. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely a smile worthy for me. Next, I have Wild Rose. This is an indie film about this girl from Scotland who wants to become a country singer. She's played by this woman named Jessie Buckley. And she was incredible. She had an incredible voice. The songs were really good. And Julie Walters plays her mother. And she's been kind of holding down the fort while her daughter has been in prison. And so she's kind of frustrated at her and feels like holding on to this dream of becoming a country singer is like really hurting her daughter and robbing her of the now because she has these dreams. And so they're both, the performances were both really good. Their perspectives really made sense. This was a very good movie. I really liked it. I highly recommend it. I give it definitely smile worthy. Then we had the Christmas in July film for this year, Christmas Camp. And I really didn't like this movie. I was pretty disappointed. I mean, I knew that this movie was out there, but then Hallmark didn't pick it up last year, and I kind of understand why, because I just thought the camp was super boring. They didn't hardly do anything. There were hardly any activities. Like, I wouldn't want to go to this camp. And I felt like all she did was sort of hang around the house and then walk the owner's dog. Like, what is this? And they're all saying, oh, we got to franchise the Christmas camp. Like, what are you franchising? You're like doing nothing. Like, what? And I thought that the two leads were actually pretty decent, but it was just too bland. Also, there's a couple there that is having like marital problems, and they they are just pretty dysfunctional. And then I felt like they kind of acted like, oh, the fact that she got pregnant solved all of their problems, which is the opposite of true. Getting pregnant will just magnify your problems, and I don't like that. I thought that was a big cliche. So I say frown worthy on Christmas Camp. Next, I have Apollo 11. This is a very unique movie. They actually like reconstruct every part of the Apollo 11 mission using all different kinds of clips and sound bites and different stuff like that. Like it was more of an experience to watch than an actual like movie. I don't know. It was very different, and I definitely recommend it. I recommend seeing it, but I kind of missed having a narrator. I feel like that would have kind of helped, but it was this neat experiment that they did. It was very, very cool. And it would be interesting to see them do this for other things. You should definitely check it out. It's a very unique movie, but yeah. So I like it more for the experiment of it than for the finished product, but it was still definitely worth watching for sure. So smile worthy for that one. Then I have The Fighting Preacher. This is a faith-based film, and I wish the script was better. It's pretty cloying. The script, there's parts where it feels kind of clunky, and it just doesn't feel natural, like people aren't talking like you would naturally talk. But I thought the message was strong enough, especially these faith-based films of winning people over with kindness and accepting people and overcoming prejudice by being loving and kind. That was such a positive message that I was willing to forgive a lot, and I thought the two lead performances were quite strong. So I think this is most for its target demographic of Latter-day Saint viewers, but like I said, nice enough message that I think anyone could learn and enjoy it as a family movie. So I would say smile worthy for that. Then I saw Shadow, and this is a martial arts film by director Zhang Yimou. And this movie is amazing. The cinematography is absolutely incredible. Everything has kind of a monochromatic kind of look to it. It looks almost like it's black and white. And so then when there would be blood, because it's very bloody, the red on top of the black and white was amazing, beautiful. They kind of fight with these umbrellas of blades. That's the only way they describe it, which was really cool and very, very beautifully choreographed. And there's actually a love story that was very well done, a love triangle that I thought worked really well. The characters are interesting. There were a few times when I was getting a little bit confused about which character is this character, because there's even a kind of a secret twin kind of thing, sort of situation going on in the story, and they, just reading the subtitles and stuff like that can be, sometimes you miss a few things, but overall it was definitely an incredible experience, and you should definitely try to see it if you can, if you like martial arts films at all. It's definitely a very, very strong movie for the year, and yeah, so I definitely give it smile worthy. Last up, I have Rome in Love. This is from Hallmark Channel. This is the first of the Summer Nights movies. And it was a sweet little movie. It stars Natalia Ricci and Peter Porte, and she plays this woman who's gotten this dream role in a remake of Roman Holiday. And she kind of, when she gets over there, she meets the Peter Porte character, who's a writer, who's trying to write an article. And if you know Roman Holiday, that's very part of Roman Holiday. And I thought this movie was really strong when it was sort of recreating kind of those moments from Roman Holiday. And when it had sort of that tone and that feel, and it was all filmed in Rome. I thought that the script was actually really sweet about Natalia Ricci's sister and their relationship. I thought was very well done. Yeah, there's like little flaws here and there, and I didn't think their chemistry was the best. I wish it had been a little bit better, but it wasn't the worst either. So overall, I definitely really enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the better ones, I think, from this year. Certainly the writing was really on point, and so I give a Roman Love smile worthy. So there you go. That's the movies that I saw. I also re-saw Maiden, which I saw at Sundance, which I loved. second time. And then I re-saw The Farewell, and I loved that even more the second time, because since I first saw it, it's all about a girl going to kind of say goodbye to her grandma. And both my grandmas have passed away since I first saw it in January. And so it definitely like really hit home way more. So both those definitely smile worthy. And so there you go. That's the movies that I saw in July. Let me know what you think about these movies. Did you like them, not like them? Where are you at on them? And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you're following my blog, because I post a lot of my reviews for these films on my blog. So you want to make sure you follow me there. And please subscribe to my channel. Please consider becoming a patron. Really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.